Hi guys, today I'm going to make this festive hairband. I've made this for my 2-year-old because she's suddenly become very interested in hair accessories and she absolutely loves it because, well, she loves stars obviously, and it's very easy to make, so I'm hoping that some of you will be tempted. So let's get started. Okay, so for this one I'm going to use drop stick merino. It's 100% wool and it's super soft. I really like it because it's not scratchy at all. So that's for the band, and we're going to use 5mm crochet hook for that. Then to make our star, the decoration on the band, I found some festive Christmas yarn that I've already had from last year. So anything really, it doesn't have to be that colour, it can be any colour that you like. Anything that you have lying around, and for that I'm going to use 2.5mm crochet hook, and to attach this star to the band we're going to use a tapestry needle. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to start with I'm going to make a slip knot. In case you don't know how to make a slip knot, everybody does it differently, but the way I do it, I just wrap it around my thumb, then my pointer finger, and then I put the hook under the top one and wrap around the bottom one. So wrap around the bottom one and pull through, and that's my slip stitch. And now I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's get my yarn on that side. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use double crochets, and that's a British term. In American term it's single crochet. So I'm going to skip the first stitch to make the row stand up nicely, and I'm going to go into the second stitch from the hook. So not the first one, but the second one. I'm going to put the hook in, yarn over, pull through, and when I have 2 loops on the hook I'm going to yarn over again and pull through 2. And in the next stitch I'm going to do the same. Go in with the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Go into next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. And the next stitch, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we have the first row done. We're going to, actually before we move further along, just to let you know there are 4 stitches now because we skipped the first one. We skipped the first chain, so now we have 4 stitches across. So we're going to yarn over and pull through. So that's our second chain. We're going to turn the work around and go into the very first stitch here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's our first stitch. And then the second stitch, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, go in the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then go into the last stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is what we'll be doing. So then again we're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and in the very first stitch we're going to do a double crochet. Now we're going to do a double crochet in all the other stitches. So there are only 4 stitches, so it's not very daunting. It goes very quickly. So this is what we're going to do. And my child is 2 years old, so I'm making this band for a toddler, which will be around 18 inches. Now if your child, if you're making this hat for somebody younger or older, then you can look up the sizes online, or you can just check it against your child's head, because everybody's different and sizes are different. So I always just check. I use these sizes as guide. as a guide, but then I go and just wrap it around my child's head to make sure that it's going to fit. So I am aiming for 18 inches, and I'll see you back here once I'm there. Okay, so I've got to the end, got my 18 inches, and now I'm going to connect the two ends. So I'm going to put them against each other, but I need to make sure that it's straight, that nothing is twisted, and also that the end with the yarn attached is in front of me. So a lot of people will just use a slip stitch here, but I use a normal double crochet or a crochet needle to connect the ends, because I just think it looks neater. Maybe I'm just not doing it right when I'm doing the slip stitch, but it's up to you. So I'm going to do a double crochet here. So I'm going to go into the very first stitch and go into the very first stitch on the other side. And do a double crochet. And in the next stitch, and do a double crochet. And in the next stitch, and do a double crochet. And in the last stitch, now here, instead of going into the very first hole that we made, so this is where our slip knot was, I'm actually going to go a bit further down to catch this end here and do a double crochet. And as you can see, it's quite soft, so it doesn't really mind being, but on this side it just looks much neater than when I tried to do a slip stitch. So I'm just going to go with that. Okay, and now I'm just going to fasten off. Once I found my scissors, and now we're going to move on to decorating. Now, of course, we're going to have to tie off these ends and weave them in, but everything in its own time. Okay, so we are going to need a star to attach to our band. Now, I know this is all very twisty. Now, this will need blocking, but I don't want to do it until I've actually washed the band. So I'm going to finish making it, I'm going to tidy it up, and then I'm going to wash it, and then I'm going to block it afterwards. So at the beginning you saw the result of that. You saw everything after it's been done and washed and blocked. So this is the kind of start that we're looking at, and this is what we're using the 2-point millimeter crochet hook for. Now, I've already made a video for this star, so I'm not going to do the star on screen here. You can just have a look there, and I've attached a video, a very detailed video of how to make this star. But just remember that for this one we're using a smaller hook. So depending on how many stars you want to attach, do that, do 1, 2 or 3, and then come back and we'll do the rest. I now have 3 stars, but as I said, because they are haven't been blocked yet, they are curled up, but that's okay. So I've got quite long tails. If you don't have long tails, that's not a problem. You can just use the yarn from leftover ones. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tie them off together. Just once and twice. And that way I can get rid of one. Just cut one off and use the other one to attach the star. So now I'm going to use my tapestry needle. Okay. To attach my star. So this is the back of the band, And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 3 stars, and I'm going to have them. It is really quite annoying because obviously it's all curling up. So if you think it's better to just, if you think it's better to block it first, that's up to you. So I'm going to do the first star in the very middle. So if the back is in the middle here, I'm going to put the star exactly where the stitch is, right there. And that's where my first star is going to go. So I'm just going to attach it using the yarn. I'm trying not to go through the entire stitch to the back. So I'm trying to go through half a stitch on this side so that it looks nice and neat on the back. It doesn't matter so much if it goes through to the front here because we're using the same yarn, so it won't be that visible. Now, if you want to, especially with the sides of the star that are resting on the band, you can attach them as well, like so. But then of course we will be blocking afterwards because the rest of the star has to be a bit less curly. Okay. Okay, so now I've attached all my stars. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tidy all the ends, I'm going to weave them in, then I'm going to wash it and block it, and then I'll show you the end result. Now I'm not going to do a video on blocking, but this is what I've been using. You can have a look there, and if you need to know, if you don't know how to do it, just have a look, and see you in a second. So there you have it, a Christmas hairband. You can do it however you like. You can do 1 star, you can do stars, but I think also the colours. I use these colours because this is the kind of yarn that I had, and I thought it would go really well with Christmas theme. But it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be for any occasion, so you can use any colours that you like. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye!